Alrighty, welcome back to another episode of Kentucky Route Zero. We are on Act 2, and we are trying to get Conway to walk around the barrier here. Oh. Should have saved last time, we went through a lot of this stuff. Probably, let's see what she has to say. We did save it. I guess we're just gonna go this way, right? Well, let's look at the books. What books do they got here? Twilight. 3 books are piled up on the table: a service manual for sewage pumps, some architectural plans for a bungalow, and a slim collection of Japanese death haiku. That's cute. An envelope is protruding from the... Yeah, pick up the envelope, sure. Bureau of Secret Tourism. It contains several small handwritten brochures with ritualistic directions to bizarre locations, like the Zero. Going up. Going in. Yep. Bears on the 3rd floor. This is straight to the 5th floor. It's... Here we go. Girl from the Ipanema playing. That's what plays in every That's what plays in every elevator. Fifth floor, lingerie, collects desks, and the lady who is going to take you to Kentucky Zero. Oh, that's nice. Let's talk to him, since that was obviously annoying. Greg is hard at work examining some diagrams, measuring angles with a plastic protractor, and occasionally scribbling numbers in a small leather notebook. Can I help you? Don't answer that. Sorry, we're looking for an ingestion clerk. Oh no, I'm an interior spatial analyst. I can't help you with that. I think ingestion clerks have all gone home for the night. Lula might be able to help you. She's pretty senior. You just missed her, actually. She was up here about an hour ago. She's probably back at her real desk now on the 1st floor. She barely made a dent in these diagrams. Must have been distracted. Speaking of which... Alright, there we go, back there. Limp back to the floor. In the elevator we go. It's nice hearing your jazz music. Since we're going to be running all around here anyway, let's go look at the bears. Is it the Chicago Bears? 3rd floor, the Bears. Huh. Hey, bears. Oh, they're live bears. Huh. What the heck are with these organ pipes? No talking to the bears, huh? Well, there are definitely bears on the 3rd floor. At least it was properly labeled. Bye, bears. Yeah. First floor. Let's go down. We had fun with our bears. Hey, some people. Hello, are you lost? We're looking for Lula Chamberlain. Oh no, she's much too busy. Let's get some of our junior clerks to sort your paperwork first so we don't waste any of Miss Chamberlain's time. It's a pretty straightforward process. First you'll need to get a case number assigned, talk to Clerk Metzstein, whatever. Oh, about that, she's just over there at the end of the room. Happy to help. Alright, let's limp over here to Clerk Metzstein. Stein. How are you? Fine, thanks. I just need your ingestion card and a list of your last 5 permanent addresses. I don't think I've had 5 permanent addresses. Oh, my sheet has 5 address boxes and it says to fill everything out. Maybe if you fill out a transient subsheet, we can still get it processed. Go talk to Clerk Bohm and he'll get you set up with one. Might be the Bogons. Clerk Bohm is just over there in the corner. Alright. Howdy. Here for a transient sheet? No problem. I'll just do some papers. Happy to help. Opens a few folders, quickly closes them. Looks like I'm out, but I know there's some back in the archive. You'll have to put in a special request with Clerk Macmillan. She's the document czar. Straight back at the end of the office there by the cabinets. Alright. You know, I like to follow procedure. I know eventually Shannon's just going to get pissed off and want to talk to somebody else, but... One transient subsheet, please. Help. Please just put your requisition form in the inbox and I'll get it to it as soon as possible. Alright. Let's just skip to Shannon. Oh, right there in the middle. A woman with a cardigan. Well, right. Should have recognized her. It's a little hard to see her from this distance, but especially since, you know, they don't really have much features. Having fun in the paperclip labyrinth. Well, you made it eventually. You look exhausted. I'd offer you my seat, but my ankles are turning on me. I'm fine. No, you're not. How stoic. Or is it romantic, or are you a suffering artist? Oh, I'm no artist. Good for you. Tedious pursuit. Rewarded by an arsenal of useless skills and a touch of arthritis. Dr. Truman says my joints are eroding one another. They've been collaborating for decades. It's only natural they want to kill each other now. Well, enough about my hateful wrists and ankles. This concrete bunker of an office is just a waypoint for you, I'm sure. Where is it you're trying to go? We're having trouble navigating the Zero. Just navigating, apropos of nothing. The Zero doesn't work like other roads. You can't just drive and expect to find yourself somewhere. You must be more deliberate than when driving on surface roads, and in a way much less deliberate. We're looking for Dogwood Drive. Dogwood Drive, that's funny. Do you know I used to live on a Dogwood Drive? This was years ago, a grimy old house. Basement full of insects, attic full of birds. I had a few roommates. We all worked at the university. I had a dog. We drank whiskey and beer and made sculptures. That Dogwood was a surface road. With a name like that, it would have to be. What are you doing on the Zero? Weaver. Your cousin Weaver Marquez? I hadn't expected to hear from her again. Well, this must be like the place in Beetlejuice where they, see all the dead people. Do you know her? She came through here as an intern. One of my old colleagues must have referred her. Do you know? I never asked. Anyway, there's not much challenging work here. Much less for a gifted mathematician. She helped translate some notes on architectural plans I picked up in Mexico. She was very bored. We used to sit on the steps by the river on our lunch break and talk about geometry. Hope she wasn't in trouble. I lost touch with her so suddenly. I recommended she go see some old friends of mine at the university about a new acoustic surveying venture. I often worry she became wrapped up in some tenured professor's quixotic research project. You know the type. Gray-haired, intellectual, narcissistic. Well, that is exactly you. I guess she sent you here because she respected me, thought I could help. Weaver's a dear girl, but I'm afraid you've been misled. Excuse me. But where's the Dogwood Drive you lived on? Maybe it's the same one. No, it's not possible. Dogwood Drive I lived on is now called Pale Dogwood Drive. They've renamed all the streets, you see. Too many streets with the same names. It was never a problem before, but now we have these databases, and it's all too confusing for the computer. The computer has no sense of ambiguity, so it proclaims an error. Name collisions, they call them. So my Dogwood Drive is Pale Dogwood Drive, and another might be Large Leaf Dogwood Drive, or Himalayan Flowering Dogwood Drive, and so on. But one of them is still just Dogwood Drive, or so we might hope. It's really a matter of consulting records, of which we have an abundance here. You have a record of those streets? I expect we must. They'll be up in Archives and Records, 4th floor. It'll be found under 0 for autonyms, probably, or G for generic, or maybe S for specific, depending upon which part of the street name was changed. Oh, alright. Well, it was bound to happen sooner or later that we'd have to go to the 4th floor. The floor we haven't gone to at this point is the 2nd floor. Should we bother with the 2nd floor, or do we think that it'll eventually just send us there? Fourth floor, Archives, Records, Women's Lingerie. Yeah. We're never gonna find anything here. This place is a mess. Okay. Take a look through that logbook, I guess. Maybe there's some kind of system to all these boxes. I'll just start digging. Small logbook has a smart leather cover. A few notes scribbled on the inside covers. Most pages are just lists of titles, names, and dates. Let's go to page 14. A single set of documents relating to coal mining operations was checked out and backed in by several people within a few hours. Page 1. Some documents relating to sporting competition venues were quickly checked out and back in over a period of a few days. Basketball courts, baseball fields, alleys, and parking lot. Inside the back cover, note and logbook, failing antique shops folder missing. Like my antique shop. Listed checked in on page 63, but not present. Page 63. Check-in, failing antique shops, Monday, 3 p.m. Signee Ed Bogle. Inside front cover. Along with document staff, please do not transfer any more records from the storage unit until we get the new file cabinets in. We're up to F, and that will have to do for now. Instruct clerks to focus on activities beginning with the letters A, B, D, E, or F, or activities most likely to involve research on subjects beginning with those letters. For example, cars is okay because it involves automotive, driving, brakes, etc. But air quality is not okay because it relates to health, safety, pollution, etc. Yeah. Nothing, me neither. Half these boxes aren't even labeled. The rest are all from the first few letters of the alphabet. I couldn't find anything with an O or a G or an S. That clerk knows somewhere else we can look. Can I not go over here? Oh. Well, I guess we'll go downstairs then. You may want to skip straight to Kentucky Route Zero, Episode 5. Alright, let's go. Lula, please tell me there's something else we can do. Nothing, that's unfortunate. Well, they must still be in transit. You see, we've only moved into this new venue somewhat recently. It's all a bit in progress. This was a cathedral not so long ago, can you believe it? And then the Bureau reclaimed it. The congregation has been directed to one of our storage facilities with their activity. That's where you'll find the street name records I expect at the church. Marianne at reception can give you directions. Just come back here when you have the files, and we'll begin the necessary paperwork to have the information analyzed. Oh, and while you're out on the road, you might want to stop and see Dr. Truman about your leg. He's a specialist regarding ailments of the joints and limbs, and I know he works at night. His home office is in a small neighborhood on the east edge of Bowling Green. Here's his card. Do stop and see him. That leg is a miserable sight. Take care of each other. Woo! I'll tell you one thing. Kentucky Route Zero may have an interesting plot, but this is not part of it. Lobby. Let's go into the lobby and get ourselves a snack. Oh, let's walk over here to Marianne and Ginger and the professor and his wife. Sort of feels like Gilligan's Island, actually. Get what you need. Lula said you could direct us to the church. Oh sure, the old storage lot. Just get back on the Zero and drive until you hit the Crystal, then turn around. Makes sense once you get on the road, you can handle it. I suppose so. So, what we're gonna do is we're gonna end this episode at the very same place we began it, which is in front of this barrier. And by the time we come back, we'll be done with the Bureau and back on the Zero to get to the church. Until then, don't die.